Good morning, everyone. So we're so excited to have you here today. This is our August 30th, 2018 user group webinar. I'm David Kingsbury, head of customer success here, and I have with me who?
Helen Triplett, and I manage our customer support and implementation.
That's right. So we're so happy to be here.
Excited to be here this morning.
That's right. So we've got a great lineup. So we're going to get right in here and get started. So first of all, we're going to talk about industry trends. We have a lot of new customers on the line here today, and so we want to make sure that we share some trends that we've gone over in the past, but you'll be excited to see some of that content. And then, Helen, what do we have here?
We've got our new fall release of the DeepTarget application, and you get to see a little sneak peek of that.
Excellent. And when is that coming out, Helen?
It's going to be October.
Great. So middle of October or so. So we're real excited about that, and we've got a great case study to share with you guys today as well. And of course, our superstar of the month, our ad of the month winners as well. So let's get started. First of all, I want to thank everybody that's also attending the SEC conference out in San Diego. We've got our team there, both Judith and Jill, who are meeting with customers. In fact, we've met with over 25 customers already. Isn't that amazing?
That is. That's really exciting.
So great pictures of Catholic Federal Credit Union here. This is Class Act, this Coast Hills, and on and on. So we've got a bunch of conferences coming up as well, right, Helen?
Yeah, fall's a heavy conference time, so we're going to be at several of those. And you can always take a look at our website and look at the event section. So we list where we'll be the next few months.
Exactly. Great. So let's keep going here. The other thing I want to point out real quick is we've come out with a new DeepTarget digital marketing ROI calculator. And what that does is allows you to put in the number of users you have, as well as some metrics around the revenue, interest revenue that comes from your accounts. And you can see the ROI that DeepTarget is providing you, both online banking and mobile. And it's a great calculator as well, just to understand what results you're having. So we're going to be augmenting that into our reports here in the future as well. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. We'll talk about that coming up as well. So let's quickly go into some digital marketing financial industry trends. First, the Radin report that came out earlier this year has 3 trends to think about in the lending world. And the first of those is that lending is on the way up. So percentage of consumers anticipating a loan in 12 months had diminished over time all the way down to 2015, and now it's rebounded sharply. So what that means is all aspects of lending are on their way up, and it's outpaced by millennials mostly, with 50% of that segment of the population anticipating borrowing, right, Helen?
That's incredible.
Exactly. So we got to get in front of millennials for that appetite they have for these new financial products. Also, home purchases are up. No surprise to that. With Gen X, we're leading the way. Baby boomers right behind them as well. So a lot of details here I won't go into, but you can read that, all of this in the report. And then finally, credit card demand has skyrocketed. And this is, again, driven by the younger households, fueled by so many pricing considerations. Just make sure you're out there in the mix as well, showing your credit card campaigns to your customers. Also, this is a great article from the Financial Brand. It's talking about the 5 key trends revolutionizing customer experience. And I only point out the first one, which is the main branch is now the mobile device in the consumer's back pocket. 72% of all bank interactions are digital, with millennials leading the way, Ellen.
That's right. So if you haven't thought about targeting them,
that's right.
generational targeting, or at least having graphics that have millennials on there, it's time to do that.
That's right, and their appetite is high right now. And this report and several other reports I've seen are actually splitting the millennials into 2 groups: young millennials, 18 to 26, and senior millennials, 27 to 37. And the younger ones are the ones that are actually really interested in the digital interactions and demanding a really, really nice customer experience. So take a look at this article, very powerful. And then finally, just the last article is that financial marketers either get onboarding right or pay a heavy price. That means if you don't have a really nice customer experience when you onboard your new customers, they won't actually onboard with you well, or stay with you, or grow with you, right, Helen?
That's right.
So everyone has become really buyer-centric, helping the customer, knowing the customer journey, helping them with their experience. And this also means, from a digital marketing perspective, you've got to be relevant, and you've got to be personalized, and you've got to be timely. So what should I do now? Make sure that your messaging and your targeting is very strategic in your engagement with all of your generations. Make sure you're personalizing. So many conversations I've had with customers over the last few weeks, they have not been personalizing their campaigns. Helen, does that surprise you?
It should.
It should
surprise me. It should surprise me. Yes. If you don't know how to do that, you can give us a call or send us an email at support@deeptarget.com, and we'll help you do that, because it's really simple. You can do that through the ad creation, and you can also learn how to prioritize, because that can be really powerful to get your message out to the right people.
Exactly. Great. And just as a reminder, when you're in your banner editing environment, it's just this little environment down here, this little menu that you just click the pre-pinned first name, and you can type an example name here to see how it would input into the text, but it will pull directly from the data the member's first name.
And I also want to mention that you don't have to just use that for ads that you create within DeepTarget. If you're creating your files externally and uploading them, you can put names on top of your graphics. So that's easy, just through a text box.
Yeah,
so if you don't know how to do that, let us know.
Exactly. Let your digital content provider leave a little space at the top of your little message so that you can put a name in there. Okay? Great. Thank you, Helen. All right, so on to the fall release that's coming up here. Some great stuff that's coming in October. Build Your Own Rules is a big component, and we're excited about that, right, Helen?
We are really excited about that.
She can't wait. Category level historical analytics, which we're all excited about, and everyone we previewed it with is excited. Many of you have heard about the DeTargeting we've talked about now for months. Well, it's coming to life. And then finally, we're going to have a new KPI, key performance indicator, called the KMI, a key impression indicator that I think you're going to be really excited about. So we'll talk about that as well. So first of all, build your own rules. Helen?
So there are two ways that you're going to be able to build your own rule. And, you know, many of you have been submitting rule requests over time. So what we did is we took a look at those thousands of rule requests that we've gotten and kind of categorized them, and noticed that most people have a kind of a category level request where it could be just age and category. So what we're going to do here is have a rule builder where you can create your own rule. You don't have to submit a request to DeepTarget. You build your rule, you hit save, and it will immediately to create that rule for you, and you can publish immediately. So there's no more, you know, having to submit that to DeepTarget. So David's here is showing you an example of an auto loan that's going to anyone who's 21 or older who doesn't have an auto loan. So you'll be able to add your criteria row by row. So if the age is over 21 here, or you select your account type as new auto or used auto, those are the ones you want to exclude, then you can save that and your rule will be done. It's as simple as that.
It's that easy.
But you know, one thing I do want to mention is that when we do have super complex rules, which some of you do have those, then those you still have to submit a rule request to DeepTarget just through your regular channels that you do those from.
And we'll set that up,
but I would say 95% of the rule requests that we get, you'll be able to do on your own.
That's right. At your own leisure, whenever you're ready, without our intervention, which is great. So fantastic. Thank you, Helen. Now on to some really cool visuals, the category level historical analytics. So today, this is how your campaign category report looks. And if you click on the category level, all you can actually do is select each different category and go look at the campaigns inside of that.
So only one, drill down into one category.
That's correct. What if you wanted to see how auto loan compared to consumer loan at a category level? You can't do that today. But wait a minute, now you can. So not only with this, if you will, this block level view of your graphics, I can look at auto loan, consumer loan, credit card, home equity, and mortgage, just those 5 individually, and see how they're performing over time. And we've gone back in time for January all the way through the full month of July. And now I can hit a historical view, which is this button here, which will allow me to look at the actual trends over time, comparing each category. So that's awesome. Not only is it quite visual, but it gives me some really nice insights across these. And I can immediately see, in fact, that the consumer loans, I actually did not host a consumer loan January, February, March, and I launched one in April, and I can see the results of that. So maybe I only want to look at 2. So let's look at auto loan versus consumer loan. Click that again, or apply that, and now I can see how my auto loans performed and my consumer loan. And again, we're so excited to allow you guys to take looks at this to see how it helps you. We know it can be valuable, and I'm going to show you a real-world example here in just a second. But this is really exciting.
Yeah. And this is the first time you can see a composite view of those, because right now you would have to do a campaign performance for each of those campaigns and just look at those separate graphs. But now they're on the same graph. So that's really, really good to look at.
Going to be very insightful for your historical review of how your campaigns have performed. So we're going to step back in time, and we want to thank Wannagas Credit Union, both Teresa and Christine. They were our case study in June, actually deploying a very cool vacation loan campaign. And they were really diligent about actually deploying it in a rotation. So this look and feel, online banking and mobile, was deployed to show for 1 month. You can see it in April. And then this one, a slightly different look and feel, was also made. So notice the color changes a little bit on the graphic changes, was deployed for another month, and then this one turned back on. But the only way I could show this to you, and the only way they could see it, was individually how it performed. And so very difficult to actually determine the results. But what if I can do it in the same view? So now I can actually see that display of the one versus the other and so forth. And really some insightful things have come out of this. One is the trends overall are upward, but in fact it looks like the vacation loan map you are here actually is outperforming in responsiveness the other. So this lends me to understand that now I can actually A/B test between 2 campaigns and see results in real time, understand which one is performing better, just a whole bunch of myriad of things. And I'm looking at a week display of this from a time frame perspective, but now what if I look at it at a daily? So there's even more, so I can get some real impact feedback if I just look inside of a few days on each campaign. So sky's the limit here. We love to have your feedback. We're going to talk more about it coming up, but we're real excited right now.
That's right.
Fantastic. Okay, what about DeepTarget? So get ready. We've talked now for some time about the science and art of digital marketing. Science being targeting, frequency of the views and impressions, and we added urgency earlier this year, primarily because millennials, they want to be followed up with quickly. And then the art is timing, graphic, promotional offer, messaging, what you guys know about your demographic, what works well in your area. So what about the urgency? We need to be able to, there's so many life events that are important and compelling right now per generation, but there's so many others that aren't. So one in, basically, you saw, remember we saw earlier, credit cards are hot, consumer loans are hot. What kinds of loans? What is the home purchase? What is it right now in these 30 days that's really important? Well, those things that are important will generally generate a response. Those that are not important don't generate a response. So what if we could launch a campaign and say, let it run for 30 days max, and if there are greater than 7 impressions, 7 or greater in that time frame, and no click, let's turn it off, because they're obviously not interested right now. And after 30 days, let's turn it back on and let the system handle that for you. Complete automation, and we think this is going to be dramatically effective to hone in on those relevant offers that you guys have per member, actually. Okay. And so what that looks like is you're actually going to get, as a part of your campaign setting, per campaign, this ability to target for a number of days, looking for this minimum number of impressions, and then turn off for this number of days. So all of that is completely set up by yourselves, and we're going to have some insights, more insights for you on that as well. Okay, so that's really exciting. And then finally, a quick reminder. Please don't forget about ADA compliance. So DeepTarget is fully enabled for ADA compliance today, but that means that you guys have to participate, right, Helen?
That's right.
You guys need to go in and actually put the wording in here that will be read aloud to an ADA, a disabled person, that when they hover the mouse over the ad, the software that they use will read them the fact that this is a credit card promotion for the financial institution and so forth. Okay, it's very important that you guys do that. All right, so great. If you have any questions, let us know. All right, so great lineup coming in, our new capabilities in October. But now we're going to focus on our case study of the month, and that comes from Montana Federal Credit Union. We're so excited with what Becky has been doing out there with her team. And by the way, here's where Montana is, in case anybody has forgotten. It's way out there west. It's nestled up against the Rocky Mountains, and these guys are really cool because notice they've got just over 6,000 online members, and they also almost, what'd you say about parity?
I say they have parity between their online banking and mobile users. Typically, there are fewer mobile users.
That's right.
But for them, almost everyone is a mobile user.
And almost every member, every online member, and we think it's actually also total members, are almost all online as well. Because when it gets cold in Montana, you really don't want to go out to the branch anymore. You want to just get to them online. And Montana, therefore, is really progressive in their digital aspects out there. So this is what Becky and her team have implemented across all their channels, which is a great best practice. Have the same look and feel across mobile, online banking.
I think this was the
web. Absolutely. Web, online banking, mobile, and even out there on social. So this is kind of interesting. Notice that Becky and her team took a snapshot of a mobile page with the ad in it to make optimal use of the whole, all the digital channels. So great. So how have they been doing? So these are the 4 campaigns that we're looking at. They actually deployed 2 on online banking and 2 on mobile. Great sets of impressions and great feedbacks. As we look at the channels themselves, the mobile is really high in its responsive. Online banking is lower, but still good. You combine it all together, and you have some great results. We'll show you in just a second. They've also prioritized all 4 of those campaigns, make sure that they are the first campaign shown every time these users log in. And again, their targeting is different. Mobile is to all user, but online banking is very targeted.
And that's an interesting choice that they made. That that was a conscious choice that they did. So
exactly.
Typically you would do a campaign that had your online banking and your mobile banners associated with one campaign, but they chose to do those separated.
Exactly. Great. So really, really cool insight. These are those 4 campaigns, actually all of them, but the 4 summer campaigns displayed, receiving the majority of the impressions and therefore the majority number of views as well. And then so the results overall are incredible. Results across the total here. Look at that, 285 accounts opened during the whole time frame. Phenomenal results, just great work out to Becky and her team. And overall, they've had a KEI of 37 results in the results, and just great results overall. So congratulations to Becky and her team.
And I was going to say, and you can see, look at the unique users for online banking and mobile. They're almost the same.
Yep, exactly. That's great. Good. So congratulations, Becky, and great work. You guys, thank you for letting us share those results. And so on to our ad of the month that goes to, as you can imagine, out to Becky in Montana. So great work. Fantastic.
Great results, great graphics.
Exactly. So So we're so proud of the effort that they put together out there. Great look in the Rockies in the background. Just a great effort all over. 17,000 unique impressions, 401 unique clicks in that time period. 43 is the KEI for that those 4 campaigns combined. And then that KMI, the key impression indicator, only took them 60 unique impressions and or users to receive a sales transaction. That's amazing. So great results. We're going to talk more about KMI coming up shortly. And then finally, don't save the best for last. The Digital Marketing Superstar of the Month is Schools Employees Lorain County Credit Union. Tiffany Grossetter, the marketing manager there. Look at that, 17 users to get a click. Their results are amazing. 4,000 unique users logged in July, 247 clicks, a KEI of 17, which is outstanding, 46 sales transactions related or influenced there. Amazing work out to Tiffany and her team. Great job. We're going to get plaques out to both you guys here in the next week or so. Helen, what do you got?
And this just shows you don't have to be a large credit union to get great results. I mean, they've got 585 mobile users.
That's right.
And look at those results. That's
52
amazing.
Unique clicks. Look at that. On the mobile channel, 11 users on average to get a click. That is amazing. So great job to them. Great job to everybody. So last thing, just as a reminder, in our report in July, 60% of our customers out there receiving an outstanding rating, which is fantastic. We're so proud for all of the great work that all of them are doing. So everybody, big round of applause just for all of you guys. Well done. And we're so happy that we can be helpful to you. What do you have now?
And if you want to see where you fall,
that's right.
Just contact David.
That's right. Let us host a success meeting with you.
Right.
We can tell you how you're performing overall, and we can talk about some best practices and talk about some of these new reports and capabilities. We'd love to do that. So thank you, everybody, once again, for being a part of the DeepTarget family of users. Congratulations to our winners, and let us know how we can help. Right, Ellie?
That's right.
Okay, great. Everybody, thank you so much for participating. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.